Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekend update. Another great week. We're going to start off, as we always do, with the Dow daily chart. And unless you've got your head stuck in the sand, you know that we've got a retrace coming. It's just a matter of when it happens and how quickly and scary it is for traders. Right now, you can see here on the Dow daily chart, we've gone into a very, very, very tight trading little range here. Not a whole lot of movement, but you can just see here, and the market just feels like it wants to have a retrace near term. Doesn't mean we need to panic. That's why we've raised our cash levels. There's always trading opportunities no matter what the market is. Now, with that in mind, the sell-off, if you want to call it that, on Thursday had a lot of guys scared, especially a lot of rookie traders. And this market is full of rookie traders who think that a $200 or 200-point down day is a bad day. Down the road, maybe not next year or the year after, but when we really enter a bear market, you're going to be seeing those 2,000 and 3,000 point down days. And if you were scared on Thursday, you have no idea what could possibly come. However, you should use what happened on Thursday as a wake-up / learning experience. For those of us who know what to expect in the market and are following discipline, have cash, and don't have oversized positions, Thursday was an excellent buying opportunity. For the rest of you, you're running around like the house was on fire and the fire engine wasn't going to come and save you, and lo and behold, everything recovered. That continues to happen, which is giving a lot of traders a little false sense of security, because one of these mornings when we have one of those sell-offs, things won't bounce. So for you guys, and you know who you are, who are out there trying to make $1 million a day, overbuying positions, breaking your rules, if you were scared on Thursday, that should be a wake-up call for you to correct what you're doing, so then when it actually does happen, you're actually positioned to take advantage of it and not running scared. My motto has always been, you have to be able to sleep at night. If you can't sleep at night, you own too much. Correct that situation. Now let's look at the QQQ. A lot of the weakness this week, we saw a lot of selling in tech stocks, and when we see the selling in tech stocks, that usually rolls over into the kinds of stocks we play, because the tech sector really coordinates or ties with the speculation we see in the market. Tech stocks had a little bit of a sell-off, a lot of weakness out there. I would expect a bounce on these this week, but let's see what happens. One of those stocks I think should give us a big bounce, although I've been wrong on this one twice in the last week on my ads, but I'm not selling because I know, with a little bit of patience, just like Zoom on the swing there, this is going to give a substantial bounce back. This is looking like bottoming action right now. I am not adding any more to my position. The only reason I would add to this position is if we again saw further weakness in this upcoming week, and maybe in the mid to low 120s if it came. I'm hoping that doesn't happen and we see that significant bounce back up to the 150-60 area here. But let's jump into the stock of the week, UAMY. What can I say with this other than, some companies just don't have the brain power behind them. These guys got halted for 2 days. You can see it here, because they did an offering too close to another offering. Now, this is just a ignorant or rookie CFO listening to the underwriter. It was actually the underwriter's fault here. And if you ask me what really happened here, they did 2 offerings. NYSE came in and said it was essentially the same group of people. It should have been all structured as one. What probably happened, in my opinion, is some guys got left out of the second offering that were part of the first offering, and they made the phone call. That's the only reason this stuff usually gets the attention that it does. Didn't matter though. Once the stock opened, it rocketed. And that just tells you, I was actually hoping we were going to see a rush for the exit when it opened on Friday from weekends getting out, because I would have been out there buying hand over fist. The research behind this stock is solid. The fact that it ran as big as it did off of that news just tells you how dead on the DD is on this stock. If we look at the monthly chart. Now, this is a monthly chart I put out a few weeks ago. 250 was our target. We hit that almost on Friday on the pop. Next target is 5 plus. And recall, I have a $5 to $10 plus long term. I'm not saying this is going to hit this year. It's a long-term swing if this deal comes to fruition. Now, we still have not gotten that press release from the SEC filing regarding the potential contract with Ambry. Just look what QS, that other big Bill Gates battery stock, is doing. Ambry is another one. Liquid metal EV batteries using anti-money. This could potentially be a game changer, but hopefully, we already know the IR department is probably as competent as the CFO department right now in this stock. So let's see when they're going to push out a press release here. But I love this stock right now. Big talk out there is the chip shortage, especially in the auto market. GM, Ford are shutting down factories because they don't have key chips. Biden's going to initiate an executive order regarding that soon. Aehr is a huge player in this one, and it's still sitting down here. Anything in this 270 to 310 area, I think, is a pickup. Look at the research on this one. This should have been a bottom on Friday. Let's see if we get that bounce back come Monday. MOSY Nissan. Awesome week for us on this one. We picked this one up as a swing. Nothing like getting, 75% in a week on a swing play, and this one is still set up nicely. They did an offering. Offerings these days, so what? Small dips and then off to the races they go. Next breakout level, if you were looking for an area to pick up shares on this one, I would be eyeballing the 630 area here or any dips down towards the $5 area. That's what I'm personally looking for. It's popping up on big volume, as you can see here on these green bars, and coming down on low volume. That tends to be a very bullish thing. COMS, uplisted, space, and semiconductor play. This is a USA. They have their factory in the States. And that is going to be a big thing with that executive order, having stuff made here. Stock sold off, then bounced. We have two huge angles on this stock. I love swing plays with multiple angles, solid research. Anything around 450, 460, I'm looking to add to my position. Now, a new swing play we picked up, micro float, TAIT. This stock pays a dividend. You know how rare that is for these small cap stocks to actually pay a dividend? These guys pay a dividend. Now, this is a stock that's got a very small float. You know, this stock is still off the radar of most traders. Let me pull up a monthly chart here. You can see here on this monthly breakout, it's the easiest way for us to look. That's why you'll see me using a lot of these monthly charts right now and weekly charts, because a lot of stocks have run so much that we need to go back multiple years. Easiest way to go back multiple years is weekly and monthly charts. You can see here, when this stock breaks 5, we're looking for 7, plain and simple. Now, the other hot sector we are in right now, of course, is space. Cathie Wood's space ETF is next month. ASTC, biotech, space stock. We had that big run off the offering. It came right back down with the weakness we were seeing in a lot of the space stocks this past week. Anything around this 275 to 325 zone, depending on how the space stocks are acting, that's where I'm going to be looking to add to my position here. SYPR is another space stock, but the huge angle that I posted on this one this week is they also have something to do with natural gas pipelines. The big crisis we saw in Texas had a lot to do with all the non-winterization that they haven't done, and these guys are a player in it. Big chart breakout on the horizon. 390 plus, and you will really see them start to find this stock out there on social media. The other space and EV stock we have that I like a lot is MDGS. Now, MDGS keeps pushing out fantastic press releases. It pops and then gets pushed back. These guys are involved with Aegis Capital. They're one of the, I'm not going to say it, they're one of those third tier stock issuing corporations. I'm going to do the political way and not say what I really think about these guys. The way this stock is acting when it has news tells me these clowns are getting ready to do an offering. Not a bad thing. Remember, offerings are not bad right now. That is what I think is why the stock has not broken out yet. They want to get their cheap paper. They want to get their clients in before they set the stock free. They're probably a little annoyed at MDGS for putting out so many press releases and going, hey guys, stop putting these out. We want to do this offering so that we can let you go. That's just my opinion on the way this stock is acting. Once we get these offerings out of the way, it's off to the races. Break levels right now, 4+ close is freedom. A lot of stocks that traded like this in the past, and you've heard me refer to them, are AYRO, SGBX. Kind of had similar trading action in the $3 to $4 area, and then were finally set free. Vizzle was another one, similar story. Got held back, did the offering, doubled. That's what I think is probably going to happen on this stock in the near term. ITP, excellent start to the week on this one. We got, our first little bit of news. We're now waiting for that China FDA news on their mask. So let's see if we get that news this upcoming week. New swing play, KXIN. Now, aside from the fact that these guys are involved in the EV market, and we need only look at what NCTY has done to show you what some of these Chinese EV stocks can do, this chart is coiled tighter than tight right now. It's been held in place. When this thing breaks, probably $4.75, but $5 is where the chaser algos will come in. I think this has a legit chance to make a move to 10 when it breaks out, but it's probably going to depend on the press release that comes. Our next hot sector, of course, is cryptos on fire, especially late yesterday too, and still pushing today. AIKI did that big, super upsized offering last week. We picked it up, and we got paid for picking it up. Nice big bounce. Right now, it looks like this 175 to 180 is the spot. Our swing target on this one is 2+. Is one of the cheapest plays in the crypto area other than naked, and we'll get to that one shortly. But I did want to mention LLIT. Nice uptrend on this one. This stock is merging with Newegg. I mean, we saw BGI is now up 200+% since we highlighted it as a Bitcoin play a month or so ago, down under $1. They were chasing it over 3 on Friday. LLIT, tiny float, being shorted a lot, merging with Newegg. But look down here. MACD has gone positive, and each time that has happened, we've seen a nice little spike in this chart. Now, this is a pull-out daily chart. 17 to 20+ into that merger is what I'm looking at. And what it reminds me a lot of is AEI. We talked about this one in the video. We picked it up a week ago Friday in the $12 to $14 range, and a few days later it was at 29. Where would I buy this stock? I would be looking to pick up shares, if it dipped around the $16 area. This again is a long-term swing for me, but that's the spot I would be looking to pick up shares. LightPath. The LiDAR stocks are on fire. Apple is talking about doing LiDAR for their cars, their car that is supposedly coming. This is what Mevis has done. Remember we called Mevis a few months ago on its LiDAR angle at 30 cents. I can't even pull it up here. It's at 24. The other one, recall we couldn't give PRFX away under $1. It's over 10. So LPTH is still a mostly unknown LiDAR play. Not even making a new breakout. They will start chasing this stock over 5. Got a little bit of interest on Friday. Let's see if they push out a press release regarding their LiDAR, and then they will find this stock and chase it like no other. I jumped away. I was actually meaning to talk about my favorite crypto play right now is MKGI. You can do all the research on this one. This one reminds me a lot of our BTBT and MOGO. Couldn't move. They can't buy enough of it and chase it up 100%. Very close to a big breakout. It did it on Friday and then pulled right back. A breakthrough that 435, 450 area next week, and we should be looking at 6 to 7 plus on this one. Got to mention Naked, of course. This is the cheapest stock price, crypto type play, blockchain. Very, very, very tight chart here. 140, I think, is where they'll come chasing for this. So if crypto is still rallying next week, this is definitely one that should have a big move. NLSP. At the moment, one of my larger swings. I think it's actually one of my largest swings right now. This is an uplisted, low float biotech. Our recent uplisted stocks have done fantastic. Comms is one, and on Friday, PRFX. This is one we're waiting on news, 167K float. This NLSP looks good. IPO price was 415. They'll start chasing this one over 4. Now, the last stock I'm going to mention here today before we run out of time is ACST. This is another company. They got an ATM open with another one of those clown brokerages like Aegis. I'm not sure which guys these clowns are involved with. 5 days over $1, but they kept printing shares and they pushed it under. So now they still need to re-push and start that clock again on these ones. These guys are loaded with cash. Maybe they'll come out with a press release regarding an update on that merger. Let's see, but it's still swinging this one right now. So that's it for the video, guys. Remember, you need to review how you feel in this market. You need to look at your cash positions right now. And if you are oversized in stocks, you need to reduce it. This market could pull back at any time. It could be Monday. It could be Monday in 6 months from now. But don't give back the gains that you've made over the last few months. Just greed. There is an utter greed factor out there in this market. Guys who normally buy 2,000 shares are buying 500,000 shares. When those guys start to get hurt doing that, it's going to impact a lot of stocks. So strict discipline, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you all in the chat room on Monday. Bye.